So in this video, I'm going to talk about why I think the events in the Dragon's Blood anime and the events in the Dota 2 game are actually taking place in two separate realities in alternate universes, and prove why this is the reason why the things that happen in the anime often contradicts with the in-game Dota 2 lore. But before we begin, I gotta say that this video is part of a bigger theory that is split up into multiple parts, and these theory videos are interconnected like shown here. Yes, I know this might look confusing, but all you need to know for now is that you are currently watching this video right here, and I highly recommend you to watch the videos that came before this video to properly understand the things that I'm going to say in this video. And the links for all of the related videos are in the description box below if you want to check them out. But if you already watched the previous videos of this theory, let's begin this video. So I was originally planning on posting this video before the release of the Dragon's Blood Season 2, but as you can see that didn't happen, and I kinda expected this delay to happen, and therefore I made a community post right before the release of this second season saying that I was working on this video and how there is a chance that this second season might reveal that the anime is taking place in an alternate reality. And since this is the same thing that I was intending to explore in this video, I made that community post as a way of making sure that I can prove that I already knew about this fact even before the release of this second season. And sure enough, they kinda did reveal this fact in this second season, so my hunch was right and this was great. But since I now had to incorporate this newfound info from this second season of the anime into this video, I had to make some changes into the original script and remake this video all over again. And this is why this video took this long to finish and post. But anyways, with that explanation out of the way, now let's look at the evidence that support the anime alternate universe theory. So a good place to start is this scene between Terrorblade and Invoker, where Terrorblade shows Invoker his alter egos from other alternate universes. And in the anime, Terrorblade refers to these alternate universes as countless realities.
In countless realities you are the same, a broken old man, desperate to conceal his agony.
So this means that there are a bunch of other realities just like the one we see in the anime. And if you look at Invoker in this scene, he doesn't seem to be surprised when Terrorblade speaks about these other realities.
Interesting. And in how many realities do you and I have this conversation? In how many does the game progress so far? What you can see, I can imagine. We are evenly matched.
So why isn't Invoker surprised? Well, I have reason to believe that Invoker already knows about the existence of these other realities. Because if you guys remember, in the previous season, Invoker also talks about these other realities in this scene.
At each moment, each of these realms fracture into an infinite number of different realities.
So all of this proves that there are multiple Dota-like alternate universes. And I'm pretty sure that the matches that we play in a Dota 2 game takes place in one of these alternate universes. And apparently, Invoker and Terrorblade aren't the only ones who knows about the existence of these other realities. Because later on in the series, even Kashura says a similar thing.
Across 15 planes and countless realities, I found one constant.
So all of this proves that the events in the Dragon's Blood anime is probably happening in an alternate universe that is very similar to the original Dota 2 universe, which is the universe where the matches that we play in a Dota 2 game takes place in. But to really confirm that the anime is taking place in an alternate universe that is similar to the main Dota 2 universe, we can look at the events that happened in the anime that contradicts the official Dota 2 lore, and I like to call these contradictions that occur in the anime as lore alterations. And the anime actually have a lot of these lore alterations in both Season 1 and Season 2. And at first I thought these differences exist because of the creative freedom given to the team that created the anime. However, if we assume that all of the things that happen in the Dragon's Blood anime actually takes place in another alternate Dota-like universe, then all of these lore alterations starts to make sense. So let's discuss some of the notable lore alterations in the anime to really show you what I'm talking about. And keep in mind that from here onwards, I'm gonna call these two universes as the anime universe and the original universe to avoid confusion. So with this in mind, let's continue. So first off, we have the fact that the whole setting of how Davion and Slyrak merge together is completely different in the anime when compared with the Dragon Knight's official in-game lore, because his original lore specifically states that Slyrak was an old and sickly dragon that couldn't even properly breathe fire, and when Davion saw that Slyrak wasn't the formidable beast that he expected him to be, he decided not to kill Slyrak and just leave him to die in peace. However, Slyrak asked Davion to grant him an honorable death in combat, and Davion agreed to fulfill Slyrak's final wish. And as Davion stabs Slyrak, Slyrak pierced Davion's throat with a claw and mixed both of their blood together, and gave Davion all of his power and wisdom as a reward for fulfilling his final wish. And in the process, both of them merged together and became one. So that's the original story of how Davion and Slyrak merged together. But as we saw in the anime, this whole story played out differently, where Slyrak isn't old or sickly, he's just injured after fighting Uldurak. And although Slyrak does ask Davion to kill him just like in the in-game lore, Slyrak literally stabs Davion in the chest with his claw before Davion can actually kill him, and then Slyrak mixes his blood with Davion's and become one. So even the main character's official backstory is different in the anime. But anyways, another instance of lore alteration is that in the anime universe, there are 8 Eldworms who govern over the 4 fundamental elements and the 4 fundamental forces of the universe. But there's no way that these 8 powerful Eldworms can exist in the original universe, because if they did, they will start to contradict with what we know according to the in-game Dota 2 lore. And the most obvious contradiction occurs between the existence of the 4 fundamental force Eldworms and the 4 fundamental entities, because these 4 Eldworms and these 4 entities govern over the same 4 fundamental forces of the universe. So there's no way that they can exist in the same universe at the same time without literally messing with the fundamentals of the universe. So the only logical way that the 4 fundamental Eldworms and the 4 fundamental entities can exist at the same time is that if they are from 2 alternate universes, where in the anime universe the 4 fundamental forces are governed by the Eldworms, while in the original universe the 4 fundamental entities have this same job. So as you can see, that clears up a lot of things. But anyways, while we are on the topic of the Eldworms, then we have the fact that the Eldworm Uldurak's element is different according to the in-game lore, because according to this cosmetic items lore where Uldurak is mentioned, it is said that Uldurak is a time dragon, while in the anime he is clearly referred as a Earth Eldworm. So this means Uldurak is a time dragon in the original Dota 2 universe, while in the anime universe Uldurak is a Earth Eldworm. And the fact that Uldurak have a different element and belong to a different dragon category over on the original universe also suggests that maybe the 4 fundamental force Eldworms might also have different elements and dragon categories in the original universe. And if this is true, even if they exist in the original universe, their existence doesn't clash with the 4 fundamental entities who govern over the 4 fundamental forces over on the original universe. And this way, all of them can effectively coexist in the same universe without causing any problems. So maybe this is how it is in the original universe. But anyways, with the Eldworms out of the way, now let's talk about the main villain of the story. So Terrablade's in-game lore specifically states that he broke himself out of Foulfell with the help of his own worst self, aka his metamorphosis form, while in the anime Terrablade has some outside help from Invoker. So there is one difference between the anime Terrablade and the original Terrablade. But wait, there's more. You see, in the anime Terrablade's whole mission is to kill Eldworms and collect their souls, so he essentially hates dragons. But the original Terrablade is actually the complete opposite, because apparently he respects dragons and even loves working alongside them. And this is not something that is stated in his lore, but it is actually confirmed by his voice lines towards draconic heroes.
I'm always glad to have a dragon by my side.
So as you can see, the original Terrorblade loves and respects dragons, while the anime Terrorblade hates dragons and kills them. So this is a very notable lore alteration in the anime. Okay, with that out of the way, now let's talk about one of the most confusing things that happened in the anime, and that is the fact that Lina, Oroth and Marcy all died in the second season. But if you look at the Dota 2 game, all 3 of them are alive and well as playable heroes. So this suggests that these characters were just alter egos of each other from alternate universes. So basically in the anime universe, these 3 characters met their demise in the hands of Kashura, while their alter egos from the original universe never died and they are participating in the Battle of the Ancients. And apparently it seems like the Battle of the Ancients haven't started in the anime universe just yet, because there are only 4 notable instances in both Season 1 and Season 2 that mentions about the Ancients' influence. In the first season, we have the narration at the start of the first season and the scene where Mirana sees a dire stone in the zombie cave. And in the second season, we have Oroth talking about the Radiant Ore and the dire stone in her lair. And later on in this season, we have Kashura talking about these same 2 stones in this scene. But in all of these instances of talking about the Ancients, none of them really seem to refer to the Battle of the Ancients. So this suggests that maybe in the anime universe, the Battle of the Ancients haven't started yet and the Ancients' influence is only starting to take hold, because like we saw in the anime, Mirana, Oroth and Kashura were all influenced by the ancient stones as the series progressed. So I think it's only a matter of time before the Battle of the Ancients will begin in the anime universe. But why haven't the Battle of the Ancients started in the anime universe? Well, I think it might have something to do with the Mad Moon shattering, because if you look at the shattered Mad Moon in the anime and compare it to what we see in the original universe, you can see that both the angle and the relative magnitude of the Mad Moon shattering is different in these 2 universes, where in the original universe the shattering of the Mad Moon is much more prominent than in the anime universe. And I think this might be the reason why the Battle of the Ancients haven't started in the anime universe just yet, because a smaller shattering probably means that a lesser amount of ancient stones landed on the planet when the Mad Moon shattered in the enemy universe, which means that a lesser number of the planet's residents have been exposed to the influence of the ancient stones, and therefore I think this is the reason why the Battle of the Ancients is taking longer to commence in the anime universe than in the original universe. So yeah, that concludes the most notable lore alterations that occurred in the Dragon's Blood anime, and the list of lore alterations goes on, but I'm not going to talk about all of them because I'm sure you guys get the point by now. So all of this proves that the events in the Dragon's Blood anime and the events in the Dota 2 game occurs in two separate realities that are similar but not exactly the same, and these differences between these two alternate universes is the reason why the Dragon's Blood series have all of these lore alterations in the first place. But with all of that aside, now you must be wondering if the anime is really taking place in an alternate reality, then how and why do multiple characters from the anime have been making their way into the original universe and into the Dota 2 game as persona skins and hero releases in the recent times? Well, I'm gonna explore that topic in the next video, and I'll leave the link for that video in the description box below so you guys can check it out if you guys are curious about that topic. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this, and comment down below and let me know what you guys think about the anime alternate universe theory because I would love to know what you guys think. And with that said, don't forget to watch the other videos of this ongoing theory because like I said at the start of this video is just one part of a bigger theory that is split up into multiple parts. So if you guys are interested in checking out the other videos of this theory, I'll leave the links for all of the related videos in the description box below so you guys can check them out if you like. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.